So I got top 16 today at the Austrian Nationals playing Blue Eyes Primite and just wanted to give a quick overview of my deck. First of all, pretty standard Blue Eyes engine, I would say. 3 Sage, 3 Maiden, 3 Wishes for the starter. Then I chose to play 1 Seahorse. I even considered playing more to make the chances of bricks far less, but I played 1 because you can search this with Magna Mood and Heavenly Seals, and it's a way into your Maiden which you want to have. Also, those both cards can get you into your Primite cards, which makes them really valuable. So I choose 1 Seahorse. Then the biggest problem of the deck are the lots of bricks, especially these 6. Raw isn't that bad, but the others are not really nice. Sometimes you can discard 1 with Wishes, but I have to say the biggest drawback today were definitely these bricks, but I'm still very happy. You just have to try to survive the first turn and then your grind game kicks in, and many decks struggle to match up with it. Then, for the other engine I played Primite, which I borrowed from a friend Janus at my locus. I was really happy. I think without the Primite card, Blue Eyes is still viable for like local level, but for high competitive level it isn't that great, because these give you so much grind game. And the drill beam here, so these are the 6 starters. This one comes back every standby phase if you have a normal monster on field or in graveyard. And the drill beam, which also comes back every turn if you get him on the field, is just insane. The grind game this gives you, banishing your opponent's cards. Okay, for Melis it's not that great, but for everything other it's really great to banish and negate. Then I also decided to play a lot of non-engine, should be 18 non-engine. First, these 2 spells. I would play more talents if it wasn't limited. Both really great, I have to say. I think most of the games you draw 1 of these, you probably win. And then for the hand traps, I decided to play 3 Ash, because it's not only good going first to stop your opponent, it's also really crucial in stopping all the Mulcharmies. Even though through some Mulcharmies you can play and hold the Ash, but it's worth to have it. 3 Effect Veiler, because sometimes you also go through 3 Effect Veiler, because you can search it so often, because it's a level 1 light tuner. And then 3 Imperm, still really good. You can hold it to break boards later, which I think makes this one of the best hand traps. And then I decided to play a lot of 2-offs, just to increase the chances to draw live hand traps and don't have too much cards I can't activate it, to draw, to bell, to nip. The Go spell were especially here because I wanted something good against Melis, and I thought this one was very good. And also good into other matchups. This, if I would have the money, this would probably be a Fuvados, but it's still very budget on my side. Joel is insanely good against Mitsurugi. It is fine against Melis if we have other stuff. And to be honest, Nip was the weakest today. I'm not sure if I maybe would cut 3 of them out for Fuvados and 1 entirely out because it's 41 cards. And then 1 Magna Mood. The builds are not perfect at the moment, but the fact that this can get you into both engines, especially if your opponent goes first and you have something you can hit him with the Magna Mood, which is okay interruption. It doesn't have to be great, but it gets you into at least 1 engine. If you have the other one, better. If you don't have one, even greater that you can play. Then for the extra deck, Spirit. 2, because on the later turns you often make 1 to get back your Blue Eyes, get back your Maiden, get back your True Light. 1 Seals, maybe there could be a second one. This card was really, really nice. Also, as I said, it can get you into both engines, which is really, really nice. 2 Spirit, I think 2 is fine. I never needed a third one. 1 Ultimate, to be honest. Also here a second could be nice if you play against Kashtira. It can be annoying losing your only one, but you have many other targets, so it probably isn't a problem, and there are not that often grinding games where you need more than 1. Then other options, like Storm Dragon for back row remove, it didn't come up, but against decks like Labyrinth it's really, really good. Black Rose for a bounce. Ancient Fairy for time, you can search your field spell with him, then make him, he makes Ancient Fairy, you pop it, you gain 1000 life, didn't come up, but was nice. The other Ancient Fairy, the new one, which was like the MVP of the deck today, the amount of OTKs this enables just because it can attack and defend you. Summon him, attack, use your True Light, summon a Blue Eyes, attack, you take him out, attack with him, that's game. This card won me several games. I think it was, together with the Ultimate Spirit, it was the best synchro in the deck. Then I also played the Fusion package, really nice, helps break boards. In the more budget version, I also played the Ultimate Fusion, which I think makes this one even better because you have an easier time making it. You don't need to get wishes in your graveyard, and sometimes you just don't want to activate wishes because you don't want to go -2 into Ash, or -1 because he discards Ash. Liner, this is in theory a very good card, even though I didn't make it today. You can, for example, if you have to link off one of your Blue Eyes to get him into the grave, this is your only option to get. You can also use this, but only if you have 2 dragons. But that's really crucial in getting Blue Eyes into the grave in awkward game states or making something out of a Nibiru token. In the mirror matches can come up that you summon, for example, the Tuner's back, but didn't come up today. And if it gets destroyed, you can search one of your maidens, for example, and then just generic good interruptions, which are really useful because these here are, okay, this one, but the other ones are not great at breaking boards, and Typhon and Little Knight helps you break boards. Especially Typhon is really important because Raziel Detonator gives you a big headache. So sometimes if you can just make a Slayer, get rid of the Detonator, and then set some traps or something like that, that is usually fine. Also, I think for me as a general guideline for this tournament was try to play into as little as possible. Don't extend into Fuvalos or Purulia, or just set some cards, get your Blue Eyes into the grave, stuff like that. Don't go crazy into the extra deck. Also, don't play unnecessarily in hand traps like Ash with Wishes. The only hand trap you kind of had too hard time to play around is Troll, which, yeah, you have to take that, I guess, but especially if you drop Primite, you will still end on the Drill Beam at least and more stuff. Then, because I play so many 2-off hand traps in my main deck, I also got 3rd copies of them in the side deck, just for the matchups where they're good. Then I also played these 2 Bestias for the matchup, which they were good, but I felt like against Melis and Mitsurugi, which feel like the best decks at the moment, they weren't as strong, so I decided to just put them in the side decks for Fiendsmith and similar stuff. Also, this can be nice if I play against Raziel Mitsurugi, especially. I will still side this in because this is a good way to out Detonator. Boydrak didn't do much this today. Then for the Metal side, which probably should be more because Melis gave me a hard time. Freelancia, pretty clearly, I think, still the best hand trap against this. Then I decided what I could still play, and I chose a Phantasma. I think in retrospective this wasn't as good. Probably should have played Chaos Hunter, maybe even cut a Boydrak for a second Chaos Hunter just to have more hate against Melis, but before the tournament I didn't think Chaos Hunter was that good, but a friend of mine convinced me that probably I should have played it. And then, because you're already playing so much hand traps and the going second is okay in this deck, I decided to play some cards to try to make sure wins out of the at least one game where I went first. So I played 3 Judgment, 2 Dragon Mind and 1 Strike. I think I would have played 3 Dragon Mind if it wasn't once per turn, but the fact that all these 5 can stop cards like Lightning Storm or Harpy's Feather Duster, which give you a hard time, is really, really nice. So that's why these ratios, and this is just the 3rd Dragon's Mind, you could say. Also, these ratios have all the advantages because you have 4 possibilities to negate a summon, which is really, really good against Melis because they play most of the extra deck monster only once, so if you negate the summon, it's much harder for them to get it back. I was really happy with the deck. My only losses one were against a Melis matchup, which to be expected with my side deck and stuff, not the greatest matchup, and I lost 2 times against the same dude, one time in top 16, one time in round 2. He was playing Mitsurugi Fiendsmith. Yeah, top 16 match, I just drew terrible, drew a lot of my bricks, which, as I said, to be expected with 6 or 7 bricks if you count Drill Beam. And the other match, he just played better. I think it was a 2-0 both times. He played really well. I think he's at the moment undefeated. Yeah, but I'm still happy with the results. And yeah, that's it.